First off, the good news is the alumni are really coming. I know you guys have stayed together for a long time, but since I've gotten back to USC, it's been kind of my mission to get the alums back together and bring them to support the program, not just financially, but to really get the alums back. We're getting back together. You guys have been together, it's been great. But we're getting guys from the 80s and 90s together again. And there's that group from the 2000, 2006 we're trying to embrace to get them back about their time at USC. But I think we're there. We're getting there. You guys are coming back to our banquet every year. I purposely moved our banquet to the fall so we can celebrate the alums and not just the award recipients of the year's previous achievements. And it's been great every year to have upwards of 300, 350 people come back. Get the kids to recognize who you guys are. The parents get a chance to see what their young men are going to become, and we don't want them to become like Jack, but hey. That's another story. That's a problem. Just kidding, Jack.
What about the senior award?
They always come back for the senior award. The best thing about our banquet in the fall now is that when Jack hands out the senior awards, he can take them out for beer legally. And he can bother me at all, but now Jack doesn't drink much.
No, because I'm too old for that shit.
But I'll tell you.
I'll call you. I always need a wingman.
But you're married. Go ahead.
I am married. That's why I don't need to do it anymore.
There you go. But you all know recently Fred Senzu, who graduated in '83, walk-on swimmer.
Where's my
captain of the team, wasn't a point scorer in NC2As, has donated $8 million to the project. The administration's kind of kicking themselves in the butt because they asked for 5, and then they went back and said, Fred, how about 8? And you said, oh, sure, no problem. Now they wish they'd asked for 10. But Fred is an awesome guy. He was a board of trustee member for a number of years. His daughter just graduated last year from USC. He's a true Trojan through and through. If you ever get a chance to meet Fred, you'll be very proud of the fact he's a Trojan. He's much like you guys are as well. Very competitive. Still runs marathons and Ironman triathlons. But Fred told me, and he sent me an email recently and said, Dave, I'm doing this in large part because of how you changed the culture. And it's not just about swimming for today, it's about what Peter formulated back in the 50s and 60s, why you guys keep coming together. That's what I want my teams to do, is come together periodically at our banquets or events like this and really, really cherish the time they had at USC. And I'm excited about Fred's commitment to what you'll see. Ken has some of the pictures of the new building. We're in that phase of negotiating what we want. I want a bigger balcony outside my office. The locker rooms, when you come back to campus, when we get this thing done, you guys got to come back and see what it is. The only reason we're doing this is because what you guys laid the foundation for. If you guys had not had the success that you had with Peter in the 60s and 70s, this wouldn't be happening. Pat Hayden is so committed to the program, swimming. He's allowed me this coming July to hire a aquatic specialist for our strength and conditioning program. In 6 years I've been there, I've had 5 different strength and conditioning coaches. Really? Every Friday they leave for the football games and they're not committed to swimming. They're great guys, but they don't know our sport. And I'm finally this fall going to have somebody who understands our sport and understand there's a difference between the distance guys, the sprinters, the breaststrokers, and we're trying to convince one of the best strength and conditioning guys in the country to come to USC to be our strength and conditioning coach because it'll make a huge impact in our program. But like I said, I'm glad that I could be here. It's glad to see you guys are still together. When we get you back on campus in January or the spring of 2014, the building will be completed. We're about $8 million short of the commitment we need. Jack assures me he's passing the hat around.
It's a big hat, you guys.
But get back on campus. There's so many new things happening on campus. If you haven't been there lately, the building that's going on. We're keeping the entire construction industry in jobs on campus. They're about halfway done with a new health center that's right behind the pool. They got a new part of the cinematic arts building that's going across from the pool. That's in its beginning phases. The new McKay building, when you get on campus, let me know. I'll take you through the new McKay Center when it opens up in July. And this thing is amazing. If you've ever been on campus and you've seen the weight room we have now, it would fit in this area right now. This thing is the entire length from McClintock all the way to Heritage Hall. There's a 40-yard practice field underground.
Wow.
Just amazing. So you guys are going to really enjoy when you come back to campus.
Is that kind of like the dungeon was?
We were underground.
And that,
Yes, we were.
and I don't like to remind Pat that 9 NCAA championships were won in the dungeon, but I'm really proud. That's why we take the guys there every fall. We take the guys back to the dungeon, let them swim in there.
I remember when we went
Well, the diving boards aren't there anymore.
Is it?
So,
Did you move the gargoyles?
The sad thing is, there is a plan down the road to tear the pool out. But I've told the administration that before you do that, I get to go in there one night with all the kids and take out the gargoyles, take out the pillars, whatever we need. I want to take all the top
And sell
of my new office.
You should auction them off.
Great silent auction.
I get at least one.
What about the porter potty? What's going to happen?
Sell the
Porta
urinals.
potty will go with us to the new building. So, guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And
Let's hear a bit more about your new office.
What do you want to know about it?
Is my picture going to be right outside the window?
If you pay for it.
That's my balcony.
Oh, that's the balcony?
I need a.
Oh,
That's
football
$100,000.
practice balcony.
Well, we'll do a stuff that you can be out in front of my office.
I see.
50 grand.
I gotta know these things.
balcony.
Yeah.
Now, we do know people with a lot of beer companies. We can get a couple of handles in there, you know.
That might work.
Coach, on the day that we go down for the tour of the new McKay building, is there a good place down at SC where we could have a lunch like this?
There's a new Morton Fig is great.
It is very nice.
Morton Fig is great. It's right on campus. There's student union. There's also a new one going on in used to be one of the old libraries right off of Jefferson. I don't know what.
That's faculty.
Faculty club. And there, I think you're going to be able to do stuff in there.
So I should just talk to Paul Davidson and have him set something. Okay.
Yeah, but that's
My backyard.
yeah, faculty club looks like that's going to be.
Another glass. Well, we could have our next luncheon as a tour.
Oh yeah.
Wow.